So a quick overview of the tech that we will use to create our application. You will need Go installed in your system, and we'll use obviously Go temple for our template engine, Tailwind CSS for our styles, and Alpine.js for our JS work. All right, I'm using macOS, so I'll be using some CLI commands that are available in Linux-based system to create the folder and to follow up on the initialization. Okay, so mkdir is to create the folder of our project. We're going to call it Go cards. After that, we will change the directory inside the Go cards. Then we will need the make file to help us initialize our project and to speed up the scaffolding process. I have already downloaded the file, so I'm going to copy it into this directory. Then we will run the command make help. After running the command make help, we will see the available commands in this make file. Now, obviously, you need make command installed on your computer, which comes pre-installed with macOS and other Linux-based systems. Okay, so then we will run the make init command to initialize our project. It will check for dependencies needed for our project, creating our project structure and initializing Go module, setting up Tailwind CSS, and downloading Alpine.js. After that, we can then open up our code editor to see the project structure. This project structure is following the best practices for Go project structure. The application will be a backend application, so we will need some directories that's associated with backend rendered or server-side rendered application. Okay, the build simply just houses the binary of our application. We have the CMD that will have our main entry point for our application right here in main.go. Then we have the internal directory, which houses the basic logic for our handlers, middleware, model, service, utility, whatever. Now, probably we're not going to use all of them. We're just going to use the handler directory to write our handler. Then we have the node modules folder. Now, this is just because we installed Tailwind CSS. So it will be only a developer dependency. It will only be in the development part of the application. So when we actually host the application, we won't need this node modules folder. And we actually don't need it even in the development, but we need it because we installed Tailwind CSS. Next is the static folder, which houses all the static files of our application. And this is definitely important. Like after when we host our application, we need this static folder with its static files. Next is the views directory, which is common in template engine kind of setup, where you have your components, layouts, and pages, and we will obviously create our components and our layouts and our pages using temple, our Go temple for our template engine. Next, this is a bun file created by using bun, which is an npm alternative for installing npm packages. Then we have the make file, which houses all these commands that we saw in the beginning. Then we have the Go mod, which is the Go module file for our Go project. Then we have package.json generated by bun, and Tailwind config, which is required to run our Tailwind CLI. Okay, so this is simply the project setup for our application. All right, so next step would be to install PocketBase. We will install PocketBase because we will use it as our backend service. It will handle our database authentication, and if we need any other backend solution, it has all of that, as you can see, in one file. But we won't use the PocketBase as a binary. We would use PocketBase with Go extend, meaning we would use it as a library, and we would adjust the endpoints to serve our application. Okay, so let's get started. In our editor, we find the file main.go. Inside this file, we will define our application and run our application from PocketBase. And to do that, we just create an app variable, and this variable would come from PocketBase.new function. This will create an application instance of PocketBase. Simply to run it, we just run the command start. This will return an error. So if anything happened, we should take that error, and if it's not null, so if we have an error, we would log that error to our console. We can see we haven't installed this package yet. So to do that, we just simply run the command go mod tidy. It will install the missing libraries, and we can see the error has gone. To run our application, we go back to the terminal and use the command make watch to watch for our files and run our application. This command will run temple generator and will run Tailwind CSS generator and then run our application in the binary. As you can see, the application started on this port 8090. If we go to the endpoint of the PocketBase, after that we can enter our email and password to sign in into our PocketBase admin dashboard. After you logged in, you can see this kind of setup in the PocketBase dashboard. Here we have our collections, here our logs, and then we have our settings, and here some users if you want to manage multiple users to access the admin panel. Now in our application we have few data collections that we will go to use, and we will go through the setup after this video. But this way we initialize our PocketBase. Now to make it easier for me to develop this app, I'm going to use a tool called Tmux. And Tmux is a tool that will help you run multiple terminal sessions inside one window. So make sure that you have Tmux installed, and then after you install Tmux, you go and create a new session and call that session whatever you want after the flag T. Here, after I created my session, I can see that this is the main terminal inside this session, and I will open up the editor NeoVim, Control B, and then the C letter. You can create another sort of tab. Inside this tab, we will run our watcher to watch our files and run our application. This will help me just easily go back by pressing Control B and then 0. I would go back to the editor, and then if I go ahead and press 1, I could go back to the terminal.